Okay, guys, here you go. Don't tell us what to do.
You gotta turn on the mic a little. Put up the mic a little. Yo.
Billy's ugly. Okay, don't talk.
You got
hey,
the mic
Ruben,
up?
look, I apologize, Ruben. I need a water though. You're lying. That's the same.
You can put the mic up? Yeah, you got it. Thank you.
That's messed up. I was just talking mad junk. I ain't got nobody to give me a water.
We're live? What's up? We're the Freestyle Freaks on HamiltonRadio.net. I'm Ralph Ryan, also known as DJ Noise. My right-hand man, Billy the Kid. I'm moving really fast because I got a flat outside my house. Well, not really outside my house. I guess, true story, they had Trenton dudes, Trenton maintenance workers, Trenton municipality workers out there today doing some work on the streets, and they left some rocks out there, and I happened to drive over them, not knowing they were gonna pop a hole in my tire, and that's what happened. So Reed Gashira, I'm gonna send you ass my bill, cause you know what, it's beat. I gotta pay for that to get my tire fixed. So yeah, I'm gonna send him my bill. I seriously am gonna send my bill to Trenton because that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Better go hit CNF tire.
Just keeping it real. So make sure you tie the tie a little tight, because I am going to send you that bill.
And why don't you make sure you get a spare? Let's do that first and foremost.
I'm going to get a spare,
yeah.
But I'm going to fix that tire. But I will send.
Who ride around with no spare? Ain't that much arrogance in the world. You was cocky. What did you think, you would not catch a flat?
Listen,
how arrogant do you have to be to not have?
I was lucky. I got the flat at home.
What?
Keeping it real.
Man, don't you ever ride around without no spare again.
And me, I'm
a donut, something.
I got my air pump, my electric air pump, trying to fill it up. And guess what? All here is.
Yeah, bro, man. Listen, yo, you got to get.
Yeah, I'm a little mad at that. And it's not one thing after another. Today, for some of you that know or don't know, I got laid off from my my full-time job. So it's like shit piling on shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, shit is festering, and somebody comes and piles some more shit on that pile. I went to my unemployment and they almost denied me, a clerical error, with my benefits. So now I got to go back and make sure I clarify that. Because I was right and they were right, but they messed up on something. So, even though they made a determination, I'm still going to get my benefits, but I want to clarify it so I don't get penalized. But yeah,
Joey, what's up, Joey?
Today, I was down unemployment. I dropped my orange juice on the ground, and the irony, my orange juice hit the metal of the bottom of the chair, and the top cracked and spilled orange juice all over. So when I'm done, I get up to walk into the office to ask for some paper towels, and I see good old friend Dave Perry, an old high school teacher that I used to, after high school, bartend, DJ for him, and do security for him. And, when you see somebody, you were just talking about a week ago, you kind of like,
out of nowhere.
Whoa, out of nowhere. So, shout out to Dave, still good people,
I was elaborating, man.
And I had it, and the crazy thing is I called Billy.
Yeah, three-way.
I called Billy.
Three-way call.
I called Billy. Well, we were on three-way. He was just there in front of me, and I said, yo, hold on. Let me call Billy right now because there's a reason why I got to call him. So Billy knew that.
That was good to hear. Good to hear from Mr. Perry. Mr. Perry.
Right? We're just talking about it.
From high school, man. I was just saying, Mr. Perry was the first teacher that I heard curse. And when he cursed, he let them fly.
Yeah,
he let them fly, man.
I told my brother. I was like, yeah, I ran into Mr. Perry today. He was like, oh yeah, that guy. Yeah. He always looked memorable. He was like, he always looked like he was doing something crazy. I was like, yo, he just kept them real. He was just a real dude. Shout out to Dave, man.
He had a large personality.
Still out there, on his grind.
Working.
Retired, still grinding, working.
If you watch him, bro, you like 130 years old, man.
Nah, he's not 100.
I don't care. I said it. That's because he can't crack on me now.
He looks the same as he did 10 years ago.
I'm older now. We could roast.
20 years ago.
I ain't want to roast you because I ain't want to get written up or suspended. But, bro, now that I'm older, man, we could
I used to work for him about 15 years ago, almost 16 years ago, and he still looks the same as he did
Good
15
dude,
years
man.
ago.
Good dude.
And in high school.
He take care of himself. You know? There's a reason he taught health class.
You know, so on top, you know, lost my job. The unemployment thing, and then my tire. I was coming out to, you know, come to the show tonight, and I caught a flat on my tire. So tonight I got to be out there, you know, taking my tire off, you know, so the wife can take me to, you know, the place to get the tire fixed, or brand new tire, I guess. It's not like I got the money, but guess what?
Man, look,
I gotta do it. I gotta do what I gotta do.
Used tire for like $25 over at CNF or something.
Nah, I go to
like 15 on Passaic.
I go to a place in Hamilton, and they give me a good deal. So they give me like $50, $70, $60 for a brand new tire, mount it.
Nice.
You know, but I'm just gonna take the tire off, put my car on bricks. You know, keep it real. Put it on bricks. You know, do it the ghetto style.
Where you get the bricks from?
I got cinder blocks in my yard, so I got about 6 cinder blocks. So I'm gonna put that bitch on a cinder block. You know, put it on a jack, put some cinder blocks to make sure it don't fall. You know, and have my wife take me to, you know, the tire place, sit there for the hour, have her come back and pick me up, or whatever. That, you know, try to get there very early. This way, I'm number one, number two. They fix it, I'll pay for it, and I'm out. And you know, I even have my flashlight with me.
Yours.
It's my flashlight, yeah. You know, I was plotting to don't kill my battery, because I got to be out there trying to take the. You know, I'm gonna be out there.
You need all of that.
Yeah, I need that juice right now,
listen,
man.
Bruh, listen. You know what you need to be fortunate about. Even though things are backfiring, it didn't rain. Cause had it rained, bruh, you was really hit. You understand? So you got like one of those
I was home. I was home. So I was
still unfortunate.
I was fortunate to
and the car in front of the house. Yeah, and it's in front of the house.
So not everything is a pain in the ass. You know what I'm saying? So it's not. You know, listen.
Doors is closing and opening at the same time.
If the negativity is still gonna try to break me, guess what? You're not winning.
Nah, man, it would have been bad had I went and picked you up and then I caught a flat. That I would have been like, you know what? I need a break from you. Like a month.
But you know, like I said, I'm still stinging positive. I'm still plugging resumes in.
That's how you do it.
You know, I'm still giving my kids kisses. I'm still, you know, telling my wife, hey, we got this.
You're being you.
You know, listen, I can't.
Man, it's just,
you know,
somebody.
Some people that are weak-minded would be like, you know what, I give the hell up already. You know, just I give up. Yeah. You know, but
a lot of that on my time.
There's a will in me. There's a drive in me that just, you know when when the stove is, the pilot's still lit. You be like, yo, that pilot's out. No, it's still lit. That's me. You know, my pilot's still lit, and you know, as long as I'm here, I'm gonna keep fire. You know, I'm keep that fire growing. You know, going and stuff. You know, keeping it real. In news today, the Speakeasy Olden Liquors, what is it?
Old Cedar.
Old Cedar Speakeasy Liquors was robbed at gunpoint. And I'm talking about this now because this was literally right down the street from me. And I was at home at the time. And I think I was watching, Catfish, whatever that show. I wanted to watch something different.
Well, I mean, who am I to judge? Because I watch some stuff too. Okay.
And, it's crazy. I had gone to go pick up food from my mom's house because she cooked some rice. I said, you know what, I'm going to go pick it up. I rolled, and in front of me, this car, was brand new, temp tag. They just got the car. And this car was beat. It had tape on it, holding it. It was terrible. And even had in front, it had a lift sign on it. I was like, wow, that car needs its own lift. So, and I thought about it. I was like, you know what, let me not make fun of this car. Because you know what, that could happen to me. And guess what, I got a flat. So, at least his car's still driving. Mine is. But, I gotta stay positive. But, the Old Cedar Liquors was robbed at gunpoint. The individuals, a female and a male, were caught. Hamilton police stumbled. They were on patrol and they gave chase. So I big ups to the Hamilton cops that gave chase, put their lives on the line for us because these guys were armed. This guy and the girl were armed. I don't know if they were armed together, both, but I know there was a gun. They were caught.
And got a chance to speak with Old Cedar tonight.
And we got a chance to call them and see how they are. They're doing good. They're just a little startled. They're a little apprehensive. They've never. Some of these guys have been there 15 years, never encountered something like that.
To hear straight from the source.
My hats off to the Hamilton cops that gave chase, put the life on the line, and caught them. That's what you call serve and protect.
A couple of wrong moves.
It could have been worse.
Yeah, a couple of wrong moves.
We
wouldn't have been talking to them.
Yeah, they could have went into the quick check and held up the place and held everybody hostage. We wouldn't be here. I'd be out there, on my live stuff right now. But we're here. Thank the Lord. I thank the Lord, I guess. God is out there, man. God is out there protecting us.
No,
how was your weekend?
That was the police protecting you.
Well, he didn't protect me because, he protected those in the area. But I live down the street, so.
This is like you see everything? You was watching everything go down right in front of your face?
No. I was home. I was home watching Catfish, and I called Billy to pick me up. My tire was, flat. I called Billy, came pick me up, and as I'm scrolling through my cell phone, my Facebook, I see the news feed. It says, Hamilton police stumbled on a robbery in progress,
which prompted me to call them immediately.
And Billy knows them personally, so he calls them to see how they were doing. And that's
with the people in the store.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. They watched me grow up. They know my mom, they know my sister.
It's a little scary because.
You talk about the quick check like you on Arena Drive, and then right across there's a little liquor store right there,
little bar,
right down the street from
the Domino's.
For the Domino's, I'm thinking
Carvel.
What's that street right there coming from out East Trenton?
Olden.
South Olden, North. Yeah.
Olden. Liberty.
Right, coming down
Cedar Lane.
Yeah, that's still kind of like close to the hood, but you pushing it close, going out there trying to do something like that.
That's on the border. That's
in the border.
Hamilton's border. So
I don't know what they was thinking about. They must have been real desperate to try to pull that off right there.
When you're at that intersection, you don't know where it's gonna come from because it could come from Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
It could come from the White
out
City
there. That's
area,
out there by the cemetery.
South
Trenton, but see,
you got South Trenton.
Nothing for nothing. White
Hamilton,
City's not. White City is White City's.
I ain't gonna say they're exempt.
No, I'm saying
somebody from Steiner.
They get
because we tend to sleep on them out there.
I ain't about to put
and not realizing they get crazy out there.
I got faith in the hood.
But the
roll the dice.
But hold on.
And you know how I know they was out there? Because I used to roll with them cats back in the day. Him and Archie and all of them. So I know they were wild.
They grown. They wild, but. They're not going to do something like that. You know what I'm saying?
What? I ain't going to say that. I ain't about to give them a bad light. But all I'm saying is we don't know exactly, where it came from. We ain't actually got all of the details. But one thing we do know is that two people were apprehended.
A girl and a boy. Or a female male.
If that's even the case, because we don't even want to jump the gun. We're just hearing it. Firsthand, like we're hearing it from the source.
Firsthand from the store.
So it's not he said,
we
she
see
said.
It on Facebook,
But even
media
it still has to go through investigation. The cops might even be like, okay, we got the wrong people,
No, I think they got them.
So
let's just say they got them.
Well, that just told you, man. That tells you times is rough. Mm-hmm. Everybody out here talk about this money. Rest in peace to Smoke Pop, or Pop Smoke.
Yeah, Pop Smoke. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know who he is.
Yeah, I had Pretty Tsunami here, and she was using his track. I thought it was hers, and then I found out where the track was from. It was his. He just had that voice, bro. He had that voice. That he was, and I could see why for their generation why he was hot for them, because the track was a banger. The track, he was getting it in.
Today made me go through a couple of his tracks.
Yeah,
and
he was dope. He was dope. He wasn't no mumble rapper. He had his thing, but the thing is that lifestyle, man. Like when you live in that lifestyle, people are really living the lyrics. Like
same thing with Nipsey.
Yeah, they live in that lyrics.
Nipsey was so tied to the neighborhood that he just couldn't leave, and people told him,
But
"No, Nip, you gotta leave. You gotta
the thing
leave."
is, Pop Smoke left. He's from Brooklyn. He
Yeah,
got killed.
yeah.
But he
He
still
got
got
killed in
killed.
Hollywood.
In Hollywood Hills at that.
The suburbs out there.
Somebody,
Yeah.
It don't
somebody,
get no more out the hood
listen,
than that.
Yeah,
somebody,
yeah, he
somebody
was out the hood.
that wasn't
Inside
that was not a random.
Yeah,
You know,
I think it's inside
Out of
job.
7 people in there. He was the only one that got shot and died.
Listen.
It was 7 people in the house.
You have a lot of
And I seen the
people.
reports that none of the no 911 calls came from the house. The 911 calls came from
Outside, like neighbors.
outside. Yeah,
But you had it's Hollywood Hills. Hollywood Hills is supposed to be
rich folk.
a good neighborhood.
You know they was calling the cops. They heard a gunshot. You
So,
can
you know,
walk
they got a
around
lot of
there.
money
You can
out
walk
there,
around
so-
there and look suspicious.
So you know that this was not a random act. This was a targeted thing. Just keep it real. You know, when
I mean,
you
his
take
Instagram
when you
posted
take somebody
they-
out that far,
a lot of his
that
posts.
far, Hollywood Hills, either A, they were aiming for you, B, you were targeted, or C, you had a beef for somebody. So, you know, or
You know, we don't get a lot of press. Bun B, like a couple months ago, somebody entered his house.
Yeah, he shot somebody.
Shot him up.
Well,
Shot him
there
up.
was,
Tried to go in through,
Yeah, I
through his
seen that.
garage.
I if I'm not mistaken,
And he heard his wife. He heard the commotion down there with his wife, and he armed
I don't know
up.
if it was Trent.
He lived those lyrics.
I don't know if it was Trent Cole or
Trent Cole.
of the Eagles, one of the linemen. I forget who it was. You know, don't hate me. Don't get mad at me. I thought it was Trent Cole or, you know, or a It could have been one of the linemen, one of the main linemen for the Eagles, that a guy legitimately went into the house because supposedly the girl or something, you know, he was seen or friends with, he was there or she was there, and he was like, I'm coming in the house, trying to break in, and he was like, yo, he called 911, he's like, yo, I got a gun. I have ample, you know, I have right to hold it, you know, and if he comes in, I'm gonna, you know, he told them who he was. As they come in, I'm gonna shoot him. And the cops came, and you know, obviously, you know, the guy left, tried to break in, you know, vandalized some of the house. You can fact check that, and this was just a couple months ago. This was literally a couple months ago, maybe 6 months ago, and you know, the guy was arrested. But this is the times, man. This is the times where,
Shout
you
out
know.
Jessica for tuning in.
Shout out to all the viewers tuning in. Shout out to
everybody,
Jessica.
Yeah.
My boy Joey.
I mean, it's tough times, man. It's tough times out there.
Right. Like, I want to say this. I know cats out there getting their money, but when you get money and everybody around you is not doing the same, those are the things you're susceptible to.
Well, those are the
You know what
guys.
I'm
Those are the guys that get hungry to rob you.
Yeah, and it's like you gotta look out for your team. Your team is your security, you know. And for the cats that is getting the money, you get into the bag. You gotta make sure everybody else around you is financially straight too. That lessens them of trying to rob you because they got their own. They don't have a reason to do that. But when you got people, you don't know their situation. You might be sitting on a couple million. This cat might have dirt in his pocket, and he like, man.
Yeah,
Let's see if I try this. And a lot of them don't care about sitting in jail or whatever. They said, man, look, I'm going to try this, you know, get this money from
I
dude.
get what you're saying. Nipsey Hussle took care of everybody around him. And look, he was still, you know, he was still.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that is suspect because you in L.A., you in front of a store. When dude pulled out and shot him like that, I'm like, why everybody else ain't pulled out? If everybody out guns.
Well,
he had other people around him, and it was dudes in the store, too.
but some of those guys were on parole, and they can't carry.
Gangsters don't care about that.
Well,
we talking about
some of these guys,
rolling 60s Crips.
some of
they
these
don't care
guys that
about
were
that.
in the vicinity.
Bro, you a
In the
Crip.
store, they have-
You see in L.A., it ain't like out here. You, like Nipsey said, you Crip first.
Yeah.
You a blood or whatever, you know, the different set. You that first. They don't compromise nothing. They don't care about love. Once you join that gang out there, that's your loyalty.
Man, look, my thing is, man, how is all of that senseless violence and everything going down, but George Zimmerman trying to sue some politicians right now?
Right. Come on, like
listen,
I mean, these
listen.
the wrong people can't keep it.
True.
Listen, right. I don't really wish harm, man, on too many people or all of that stuff. Like in his case, I want to make an exception. All I'm asking is that if you're a hacker and you claim that you got skills and you
Anonymous, get him.
why don't you just kind of hack some of his stuff and just kind of, leak his information by accident on purpose? I ain't asking for nothing to come out of this, but if you a so-called hacker and you think you got the skills,
Well, I mean,
hey,
To
look,
be honest with you-
show us something. Start with him.
to be honest with you, I think the hacker, the real,
Wipe out his
out
account.
out in the open hacker, like the anonymous, that whole movement, I think is starting to die down because
Before y'all die down, hack his stuff. Just clear his account. We could split the money.
Because
just
the F-
remember, I said it first.
let's just be real, the FBI came down on them. And now that I go every so often, I'll go onto their website, see what kind of messages they putting out. Because they used to put out these ill messages like, "Yo, if you don't," it after the Mike Brown incident, they spoke and they said, "Listen, we're going to release all your information." They were hacking police stations, people's private information. So after that, you started seeing
Like 300 something Philadelphia police officers pretty much.
you started you started seeing down spiral, a decline of the post, the decline of outspoken anonymous, and I go on every so often I go on the YouTube page to see what kind of message, because they kind of used to give you hope, like you got nobody that is in the neighborhoods talking like a Martin Luther King, like a Malcolm X. You don't have those kind of JFK. You don't have those kind of inspirational leaders anymore. So you look at and
you do,
yes,
but
and
the
you
main
don't.
ones were silenced for a reason.
But you get look at Nipsey Hussle. You get these
And this
types
Nipsey's out
of
there.
people like Anonymous spoke up against the corruption, spoke up against the government doing ills against the people, spreading information about privacy and stuff like that. And like I said, you don't see that much no more. So that Anonymous whole movement, I have not seen any more of it.
You ain't got to be anonymous. I don't care who you are. You
Well,
just
anonymous-
hack his stuff. Hack his stuff.
Anonymous was
Listen,
that they could be anybody.
I'm talking about hacking.
and I'm not
Zimmerman
talking, and I'm not just to
release
put it
the
out
info.
there, because I don't want the wrong people to get the wrong idea that I'm talking crap about Anonymous. I'm just saying they're not the same. They're not the same movement they used to
Listen,
be.
I don't
you know?
care who it is. It's some smart
Another news.
teenagers.
Another
that can do
news.
this.
I mean, listen, the hackers. Some of those hackers are now starting to work for the FBI, and
They got legitimate
That's
jobs.
probably what happened.
and criminal
Hey,
Probably
listen,
don't hear about them no more.
Nah, but listen,
And
that's just
criminal
like the
activity.
streets though. Like ex-hustlers turning to football coaches and
And you
CDL
hear-
drivers.
Did you hear about Trump giving pardons to
His buddies.
He's creating
His
a
buddies.
criminal entourage,
Bro,
like
listen, everybody that he partnered connected to him somehow. Either they was on The Apprentice, or
the Babbage guy. The Babbage
or,
guy was
they
on
helped-
Apprentice.
or they helped investigate Obama.
Well, what was it? The Bernard, the ex chief of police. He was I guess he made. Trump stands to make money from this. I'm pretty sure they're going to give him. They still got those connections to get some money into his pockets, into his coffers, to help his campaign. Because last time I checked, his numbers, against any political, person that's coming against him in the next presidential election, either Bernie, whoever is coming up, his numbers look bad. So regardless if you're a Trump supporter or not, I think it's the end of the road for Trump, seriously, because now he's doing all these crazy pardons. He pardoned all his friends, or some people that, like you said, are connected to him. Those people got media attention, and some of the minorities that he pardoned did not. So it's a little crazy. But he didn't.
He wilding
part
because
of
he got acquitted for that impeachment. So
He's still see,
now
even though he got
he
acquitted.
can wild out now.
Even though he got acquitted, he still got impeached. So that's still
That's forever.
That's forever. That's an asterisk. It's like Barry Bonds trying to get into the Hall of Fame. He's got the asterisk on his title. Because of that, he will be looked over. And that's the thing. Listen, don't matter how many people say, "Oh, Trump did as the greatest." Trump, he got impeached. So, real talk, he's always going to have the asterisk. And the new poll came out recently that he's one of the worst presidents that has ever lived. And it's sad. It's sad because well, I'm saying it's sad because the presidency
For the people that's benefiting, because there are people that's
should
benefiting.
be held to a higher standard. You know, yeah, he's not taking and making any money from it in his pocket from a paycheck, but he stands to make money after he leaves office, and his family's making money off it. So it's really, the trade thing. Is it really about him or is it about the country? I mean, you still have people at the border that are in camps, immigrants in camps. Who are we? Why do we do that? Why are we still doing that? I mean, the Holocaust was ended years ago, and why are we still trying to, why are we still putting people in cages, human people in cages at the border because they just want to come here for a better life?
You just said it.
And the coronavirus, we have FEMA camps or, quarantine camps as we call them, near airports. Some of these people, now you're hearing, you're hearing less about the coronavirus. What are they not telling us? But there is some people that are here that are infected. That we don't know how long the incubation period is.
I'm hearing like 20,000 affected, like 700 dead. Like.
Whatever number they tell you, in the media is probably triple, quadruple that.
Yes, I definitely think that the number is downplayed and it could be worse, more or less.
It's like, who telling the truth here with the smoke and mirrors to say that coronavirus is like a new disease that like they really didn't.
Yeah, but you see it on a can, a Lysol can.
It's been on a Lysol can forever.
Mm-hmm.
But my theory was somebody genetically enhanced it to use it as a biowarfare chemical or biowarfare thing. Biowarfare, we all know what biowarfare is. It's chemicals and viruses let into the atmosphere in a country that you don't like. Let's say the United States. China's having an issue with us.
Well, the thing is, no, I think they did that because, remember, China was rioting at the time.
Yeah.
They was trying to overthrow the government behind them getting exiled to Japan. So they was all in the streets. That was their thing, to clean the streets up.
Man, look,
it just happened to spread.
Listen,
here.
Listen, if y'all seen
if
y'all seen some of the recent stuff that a lot of these people have been eating on Facebook, like half-cooked bats and
live rats.
Yeah, all the way to baby fetuses, if that's true or not.
Yeah, they do that. No, that's true. They do that.
That is nuts.
I done seen video and I done shows over there already.
It ain't that much inhumane act in the world.
It's savage.
It's
real savage.
And it's legal, and like this stuff pop up on my timeline. And sorry, I don't want to see nobody eating a half-cooked bat, but
they just legalized. They just made it legal. They just made it legal for a place in New York to sell human meat.
See, that's the thing. That's what bothers me. That is what bothers me. That we're okay to be cannibal. That's a cannibal thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're not cannibals. We don't eat each other.
Damn sure not no fetuses, bro. Look, I don't know how true that is.
I don't either, but listen.
Well, they do that. I forgot the name they call it, but they do that to stay young.
You gonna get old.
It's
gonna get old. You gonna get coronavirus.
A fertility thing. Yeah. In China, they feel
adrenaline or something like that.
In China, if you
they're special on that, man.
Out of
that's right.
An unborn or a
they
baby
scare the kids to boost up the dopamine.
Yeah. And what the law of the universe is saying? All right, we had enough. Some of y'all got to go.
That's nuts, man.
Population control. Like, listen, y'all one of the most populated.
Listen, how was your weekend? How was your weekend, Billy?
Listen, man, my weekend was coronavirus free. It wasn't. Hey, look, it wasn't flu free though, cause that flu going around, man. So
But you didn't see the post I posted?
You know,
So the
best wishes to my
coronavirus
sister.
don't mess with black folk.
no.
Yeah, yeah,
Something
yeah.
melanin.
It's supposedly it doesn't. It's
Yeah, man.
Hey,
something
listen,
in black
I
people's
mean, it's,
skin pigment that doesn't.
It is
affect
going to
them.
affect a lot of kids and older people, though. You know.
Yeah.
But you know, for the most part,
Just gotta
keep
do.
it
We just gotta
contained.
we gotta wash our hands. So how was your
yeah,
your
but
weekend
yeah,
before
my
besides coronavirus free?
Yeah, my weekend though, man. I mean, for the most part, you know, it's pretty much just taking it easy, man, and kicking it with the family, man, and you know, watching movies, man. I got a chance to see Harriet for the first time.
How was that?
You know, with my mom and them. It was good, man. Yo, y'all some disrespectful haters, man. Like a lot of the critics out there that was saying, you know, well, she's not even from America. She's from Europe, and like I don't like
Hold
how.
on. What was that movie?
The Harriet Tubman joint.
Yeah.
Before we move into a whole different realm. What was that? 40 year? What was it? 40 years?
12 years.
12 years a
He was a
slave.
slave.
The girl that played the slave was not American, and well, that was a hell of a movie.
Listen, my thing
Okay.
is like, damn, like
So,
this
it don't matter.
What we coming to, like,
Yeah, and they put some extra part in there. Like, I haven't seen Harry yet, but they had the villain, the black guy. He didn't really exist. That didn't happen in actual history. That is something they put in the movie. That's what was the beef. That's what people were upset about because they wanted to be historically accurate.
Nah, listen. I got the message that they put in there because you need one of them in there because those dudes existed. Django had it with Samuel L. Jackson. I couldn't stand Samuel L. Jackson for months after that movie, and Samuel
He
played the hell out that part.
You guys see?
I actually hated Sam.
you guys seen the movie, the show The Wire, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
The Wire was based on true facts.
I love The Wire.
True facts.
That's Trenton. That's Baltimore.
I was trying to explain that to somebody. Like
That's all of
That-
it.
what the Wire was, Trenton done turned in
City to
that.
city, state to
Well,
state.
The Wire was based on a guy, a major drug dealer that went to
Avon
jail.
Barksdale, yeah, it's true.
Avon
We
Barksdale.
got a whole bunch of snoops.
Some of those
Barksdale.
guys were fictional. They were just created to
Word.
be a part of the plot and make it more exciting.
Absolutely.
Great show. You know, it's one of the best shows that depicts the inner city in what it is.
Man, I saw
You know,
Trenton
I mean, it's
from.
it could be and
'Cause
Trenton could be anything.
It's all
It could be
it's all
everything.
connected from the
So-
lower level drug dealers to the money that it kick up to the politicians to you like I mean they was it went all the way up from the street level to their mayor to their governor.
You know who the guy that said in the Wire said, "Shit," he reminded me of Tony Mack.
Yeah.
He
Forgot his
reminded
name.
the guy the mayor. that
Yeah,
said, "Shit."
yeah. He drag him out.
He remind me of Tony Mack. man.
Tony Mack, that's still my boy though. Okay, that's my man though.
Hey,
That's my man
I'm just
though.
saying.
That's our boy though, man.
hey, look.
He
Hey,
doing
look.
time, right? He took
Hey,
that.
hey.
He out.
He out now.
He was at my cousin, rest in peace, Reese. He was at the funeral. You see, I was talking to
I'm gonna
him.
keep it all the way real, man. I was going for what was Spanish boy name at the time because his post was
Pop Perez.
Nah. Forgot his name. The taller one with the gray hair. We had him on before, but his post was right on Walnut and Monmouth. And Bullock and them was the barber there. Yeah, I forgot.
We had him on?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we had him on.
Santiago.
Nah.
Yeah,
not,
Santiago?
No, not Santiago.
Damien?
The dude that was running with Mac, but it was only them two left in the race, and he lost out to Mac.
We had him on the show.
Yeah, we did.
Spanish cat.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
Damn, I
Not
thought you
Damien
was talking
Blanc,
about Luis
It
Santiago.
wasn't Rodriguez. Look, don't get me the line. I know his face.
We didn't have another
Bro, I'm
Spanish
trying-
guy
I'm
on the
trying- I'm
show.
trying to tell you that we did.
We did.
Yeah, real rap. We did. Inside.
He was in the blue building.
Yeah, in the building over there.
With Paul or no?
No, it wasn't Paul Perez. I know Paul Perez and I know Santiago. It wasn't him, man. Yo, he was. Let me look it up.
It definitely wasn't Reed.
Look up who was running.
It
with Tony
wasn't
Mac.
Reed. We didn't have Reed up in here. And I tried to get Darren on here.
Yeah, Dan was supposed to come on the show beginning of the year, but I ain't hear from him yet. What's up, Darren Freedom? What's good? Holla at us, man. Know what I
We
mean?
just talking politics on Sunday, actually, at the Nation of Gods and Nurse rally in Trenton.
How was
I seen that.
how was your weekend, Monk?
Well, what's the day? Wednesday? We can be busy, man. A lot of stuff going on. expect to see a whole bunch of changes and new shows, and I'm preparing for my thing with this movie thing.
How's that working out?
Well, I ain't gonna say what it is yet, cause I'm not. Y'all not gonna pop smoke me. You know what I'm saying? You gotta kind of like keep stuff on the wraps until it go down. You know what I'm saying? So I just let it unfold, give little clues and stuff. The people that know that, they know, but it's a big move and a big step. But while that's going on, all this stuff is coming in like as distractions. Mm-hmm. See? Like when you trying to do something big, like even when I was going up to New York for the initial meeting for this movie role, there was a guy at the train station trying to sell me some train tickets. And I was entertaining for a while, get a cheaper deal, but then I noticed both the tickets said from Trenton to New York. You can't, like if I would have got to New York, I could have got to New York, but I wouldn't be able to use that ticket to get back. Because it has to say New York to Trenton, Trenton to New York. He tried to run game, and he got real upset. Like he was going to do something. In Hamilton train station at that. Like, he yelled, man, I'm like, all right, now, as long as you keep your hands to yourself, you come over here, which I got something for you. That thing I got from you. I was waiting to use it.
Right. I
was waiting to use it. I can't wait to use it.
Every so often, I get, people get to that point to test me, and I'm like, I wish you would not try, because you would not be feeling good.
Yeah, man.
And it's perfectly legal, and listen, let them try, it's...
Yeah, man. When you get blessings and stuff like that, man, you got to be really focused.
We never had him on the show.
Yes, we did.
No, we did not.
Manny?
Yes, he did. Manny did come on. I remember Manny came on.
Manny Segura never came on my show. Bruh. I don't remember him, man.
Listen, you don't.
But y'all got a lot of shows, so.
Bruh, yes,
you know what I mean?
we did. We had him on.
You've been here for 5 years, so.
I didn't mean to cut the situation off, but it was significant because, again, his headquarters was out of the barbershop on Walnut in Monmouth.
I forget. I gotta look.
Bullock.
Yeah. Yep.
Me, Bullock stabbed me in the back before.
Nah, say word.
We cool now. We had to go to mediation.
It's a whole lot of them.
Yeah, man. I mean, he stabbed one of them things in the thing. He looked like literally stabbed me in the back. Like we had a fight. We was just fighting, He tried to chop me over some clothes and stuff in my hallway. We lived in the same building, but we had mediation after that, so it was all fly now. But he gonna remember that time I bust him in the head with that hammer. He gonna remember that. Hey, yeah. You remember that, Bullock? Yes. It was me.
Real quick.
City beef, we over it though.
real quick before we sound off, the Astros. I gotta talk about this because this thing is not going away. I mean, the Astros keep defending themselves. We all know. You heard the scandal. The Astros cheated their way through the World Series using buzzards, buzzing devices, sounds on trash cans, certain calls, certain signs. They were stealing signs from other teams, and
that's elaborate.
It's we don't know how many times other teams have cheated, but this is one of the big things in baseball right now. We're going to leave you with this question. What do you think it does to the integrity of baseball? And is baseball damaged further because of it's already had issues with back in the day with Joe Jackson and the Black Sox scandal, the gambling issue, the throwing the World Series, to Pete Rose, gambling on his games, to the steroid PED era, performance enhancement drugs, to this now new scandal, cheating. I personally think that they should be suspended. The players' union, granted them, needed to them to be granted immunity for them to talk about it. Within only 4 or 5 people got suspended or fired.
Man, listen, my thing is this, bro. You make millions of dollars, earn it.
Yeah, exactly. Earn it.
We out here working hard, and I know my job is physical. You understand? For what I make, just to make a living for myself. Y'all make millions of dollars. You need some type of timing ticker inside the garbage can and stupid little buzzers.
Well, one of them had a buzzer. Jose Altuve won the world, MVP. He had a buzzer. He had a buzzer on his chest, taped up, where he knew what was coming. And I just think it takes the integrity away from the game. It takes the realness of the game. If you cheat to win that trophy, yeah, you get more money, but you didn't play the game fair. You didn't play the game like Derek Jeter did. Like
Dan Roman, what up?
You know what I'm saying?
Like someone to make millions of dollars just for sitting on a bench. I love to be like a second, third string.
Oh, yeah, put me on the bench. Put me in the minor leagues.
At minimum, I'm getting like 500,000. I ain't even got to get my uniform dirty.
But see, it's politics in sports, man. You got to imagine the side bets. Just off the phones, they have legal betting software apps and stuff now. And you got to imagine like all the millions, hundreds of millions of dollars that's being made on side bets from football, basketball, baseball, hockey. You know what I'm saying? If somebody feel like they're going to lose their money, they're going to put the pressure on some of them players to be like, look, I got to make my money, bro. You better drop that ball. You better do this, that, and the fifth. You know what I'm saying? On a play or something. So they under that type of scrutiny too. You know what I mean? That's why you see things like that. It's just unfortunate that they are making it obvious now. You know what I'm saying? The way like you just described, right? They got all these different devices and stuff.
You make the type of money to fight back. If I made millions of dollars, ain't nobody boxing me in no corner.
But see, the thing is, they might have millions of dollars, but the owners got double, triple, quadruple that.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? They under contract, so the money doesn't give them the freedom like you would think. You know what I'm saying? This is why you see certain things in place like if you say something like what happened to Kaepernick, he took a knee and all that happened, that's breach of contract. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what's going on, because you're supposed to do. It's another form of slavery, bro.
You can't even talk about the corporation stuff like on social media.
Right. You see it getting more sensitized
with that and everything.
Yep.
But I do.
And like if
I support Colin Kaepernick's his movement, because ever since the movement started, the courage of, or I don't know if it stopped, but you don't hear it as much. Minorities getting shot for no reason. Listen, there could be a reason, but they're not innocently getting gunned down like Mike Brown did. I feel that Mike Brown was, there was an injustice there. Garner. There was an injustice there. The guy wanted a inhaler, and they suffocated him and he died. You know what I'm saying?
You know when y'all had me on my show, on y'all show, man, I already get deep. So when you hit them subjects, we get to the core, because a lot of that stuff I had covered on the Monk Show already. Mm-hmm. But I would play the video so people can see. Yeah. Like, it ain't just me saying it. You can see it. Then we can, man. As far as the police, we know that a lot of them are the Klan, and they blatantly just killing folk. But see, you can see other people, got the complexion for the protection, could brandish a gun or go at them with knives and they would not shoot them. You know what I'm saying? There's an executive order. I don't know if you know this, and look it up. I forgot the exact number, but look it up. In the event of martial law, all white people in this country become automatically deputized. So you have to look at that, because Trump, with the stuff he's doing, he's trying to push that. And don't forget all the stuff that just happened with Iran and all that they killed that guy over there. Now we got all the distraction to take your mind off of that, the coronavirus, this, that, and the fifth. But don't forget, they just killed their president over there. They still pissed off about that.
Well, he's not the president. He was
prime minister.
He was a second.
With a top general, whatever.
He was a general.
Yeah.
One of the top, if not the top general, of the military. Right. Which I think, listen, if he did what he did, even though I've never heard about him in my life until he ended up dead. You know, then so be it. Then he deserves it. But why wasn't we notified before this? You know, we knew Osama bin Laden existed. We knew, you know, Saddam Hussein existed. We knew that Zarek Wakwari, whatever, the head of ISIS, existed.
You think they did that?
What do
You think they knocked down the towers?
Well, I mean, listen. There is a contradiction, and I'm not trying to say nothing against the 9/11 victims in any regard, but there is a controversy of the metal melting, like they said it melted, you know, at a certain degrees, and they're saying that it was imploded. So, and there's credible evidence that all those facts don't measure up to those facts. So you can easily, you know, pick apart what I'm saying.
You feel free to express your truth, man.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody gonna call in and say ain't no cease and desist orders coming here.
Well,
you can tell the truth here, man.
What I'm saying is I'm leaving it out for the listeners for their interpretation of what they think, and if they want to fact check it, because I've done my research, and me alone can't really, you know, say, hey, you know, this is what I believe.
Because it's a sensitive thing, you won't piss nobody off.
I already believe what I believe. You know, I've been telling people about camps. I've been telling people about privacy stuff. You know, I've been telling people about chemtrails way before the internet, way before social media, way before Facebook. And I was blatantly told, you know, one of them was my wife, blatantly told that I was crazy. You know? But the crazy shit is that the shit that I was talking about is happening now.
Yeah, they spread a lot of chemtrails right over the studio today.
I don't really talk about, you know, conspiracy theories on social media anymore because so many people said that I was crazy. And the crazy, like, ironic shit about it is that all the shit that I was talking about is now happening in front of your faces. You know, what is that? What's happening with our young men? They're being forced to take their dreads off, and you know it's okay to. You posted something, or you posted something. You know, you could. They don't want you to wear dreads, but okay to wear a dress. So I'm not saying.
Was talking about that.
I'm not saying anything against, you know, the LGBTQ, you know, group or anything in any way. I'm just saying.
It just shouldn't get measured next to like a civil rights movement. Every movement is its own movement. Stop comparing.
Listen,
you know, I'm not about to debate. I'm not about to go back with nobody over their own struggles. Same way I can't go back and forth with Jewish people over the Holocaust because that's their own sentimental right. I can't go back and forth with somebody who lost somebody at one of the Twin Towers at 9/11 because their motto was always remember. But one thing like that I hold on to are things like, you know, if you're gonna forgive me for this, forgive me for this. But if not, I get your concept, but I'm still going to reflect on the Emmett Till. I'm still going to reflect on the
slavery period.
We're still going to reflect. Exactly. We're still going to reflect on Black Wall Street.
Because listen,
you know, the Black Holocaust. You know what the Black Holocaust is?
I hate contradicting people that say slavery was so long ago. Get over it, or that, you know, it wasn't like I did it. That was my ancestors. When it comes down to like 9/11, it's never forget.
And let's not forget.
But the thing is, if
let's not forget about the Indians that were massacred. Millions of
that too.
Indians that are massacred.
That too. But remember, they get reparations for that situation.
Nobody. And this not to put nobody the struggle ain't, oh, I had it harder than you, and this what I had to do here. Point blank, man. It was bad people in societies with bad intentions back then. The same ones exist now, and
just in a different light, in a different form.
Either we collectively need to step out of our own way and do what we need to do to be diversified and catapult ourselves forward, or Mother Nature is going to do it for us. And Mother Nature is going to do it in the form of climate. She's going to do it in the form of population control.
It's already happening.
And all of that. Volcanoes.
It's already happening.
Once that stuff is out of your control, what good are your nuclear weapons? Once all that stuff is out of control, what good are your guns?
They're called side effects to what we're doing to our...
What good is the diamonds? What good is all of that stuff that you can't take with you?
There are side effects to what we're doing to our environment. You know, we're drilling for oil. We're drilling for oil and this and here and there. And what's happening? Earthquakes. You know, we're letting, you know, fumes go into the atmosphere, killing the ozone layer more and more. And what's happening? Global warming.
Listen,
you know,
we need to get out of our own way.
Absolutely,
Like,
we gotta help each other. We gotta uplift each
listen,
other.
it's generations. It's generations of people that need to step aside. Like for one, the old racist white man and woman need to step aside.
Go ahead, brother. Say it.
The young black thug with their pants hanging off their butt who have disregard for Black history and Harriet Tubman and all of them. Y'all need to step aside. All of the people inside the middle, you can't decide what you're going to vote. Or let me take a picture of my dinner on Instagram. All type of stupid, unnecessary stuff. Y'all need to step aside. For actual thinkers, actual doers. Somebody told me it's only 3 things, man, that you need in life, and that's lead, follow, or get out the way. Those are your options.
Real
lead,
fast.
Follow,
Shout outs.
Shout out, man, to y'all, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to Monk, man. Shout out to Hamilton Radio. Shout out to all of my friends. Shout out to all of my family. Shout out to all the leaders out there. Shout out to all the teachers out there. Don't have a student mentality. You understand me? Like, listen, if you're gonna be a student to life. But as far as your interactions with other people, and don't ever place yourself as a teacher or higher above nobody. Like me, like even though like a lot of the stuff that I believe in is practical, I don't believe in teaching a student. I always say I'm teaching future teachers. Do you understand? Let the teacher teach the teachers, man. Sometimes the teachers have to teach the teachers on teacher. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be a student, we all students to life. And again, we all need to come together collectively as humanity and get out of our own way. Get out of our own way. Stop hating on the next person for what they wearing. Girls, you go see another chick rocking another dress. Don't hate that girl. Salute that person. Y'all, I heard another chick drop a jewel on another chick. The other chick came up to her. She was like, "Oh my God, she's so beautiful." You know what she told her? She said, "I'm just a reflection of you."
That's it. You know.
Bruh,
Listen. This starts with each other. You know, we gotta uplift each other. We gotta support each other, drive each other.
White,
you know what I'm
Spanish. Get out of your own way.
At the end of the day, we all bleed red. That's that. You know. Shout outs, Monk.
Shout out to my family, you know, all the people at Hamilton Radio. All my people, man, y'all know who y'all is. Shout out to y'all. Peace to the gods.
Shout out to my people. Shout out to my family. Shout out to my friends, you know, my supporters, you know, the fans, you know, all my peeps, you know, the viewers around the world, you know, viewers locally, social media, Facebook, YouTube. You know, shout out to Hamilton Radio, shout out to you, shout out to Monk, you know, shout out to Ruben, you know, shout out to Gino, shout out to, you know, all the shows, shout out to you, you know, as well. You know, we're the FREESTYLE, HamiltonRadio.net. I'm Ralphie Rodden. This is Billy the Kid and Monk. And we're out.
Thanks for my water too, Ruben. Take you down to the Delaware.